Oh, sorry. Let me just move all of these out of the way.
We got about 15 more plates of banchan coming.
Hey, be careful with that. It's printed on silk-infused paper.
Damn, Kevin, this shit is fancy. I thought you said you were broke after paying your bail.
He is, but meeting the love of your life is a once-in-a-lifetime event. So I decided to put up the money for everything.
You've got a very good friend here, Kevin.
Well, y'all are my family. We take care of each other.
Isn't your annual mother-daughter vacay coming up?
Cha-ching.
Yeah, it is. But YOLO.
See, gosh, I didn't even think about that. Like, those boat rides at Fifi Island, they don't come cheap. Please, Lisa, this all looks too extravagant. Let's just forego this whole party thing.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point? Only 22% of New Yorkers aged 18 to 70 have been in a long-term relationship over 2 years. I mean, statistically, this is all a really bad investment.
Angela, would you shut it with the statistics? Kevy, this is your introduction to the world as a couple. No one's gonna go to your couple reveal if they open the envelope and see a Shutterstock invite. I'll be fine. Really, I have my ways.
No one's gonna go to a couple reveal at all. Kevin, is this something you really want?
Bri, don't be tight because no one else wanted the degalbi.
I was outvoted because you brought your jail friend.
Prison friend. And Sanjay is the manager of my comedy career now.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't introed myself to everyone here. I'm Sanjay. I've got a business degree from Rutgers School of Business, a 4.86 star Uber rating, and a month of disability from my fintech job after I fell off the roof of my Tesla.
Yeah. Hi. But Lisa, shouldn't we give Kevin the chance to speak his mind before forcing this party on him? I mean, shouldn't we question the standards society puts for us?
Yeah, fuck the system.
You two are broken. B, are you having family issues again? Jeez, okay, sorry I asked.
No. You have one of those bags.
Yeah, I know, they just released them. It's a limited edition.
Matte black Louis Vuitton Grand Palais.
Can I touch it?
Abso-fucking-lutely not. It's 1 of 5,000. And if you get galbi grease on this, I will cut you.
I'll buy it from you. What's your price? I've been looking everywhere for one of these.
It doesn't really seem like your style, Brian. Have you tried Carhartt?
It's not for me. It's for my mom. Her birthday is coming up and I have to get it for her. Or else,
she'll threaten to disown you again?
worse. She'll trade me for my cousin,
Oh, which cousin is that?
Sean. Every month he sends my aunt 10 grand in cash.
Tell me about it, dude. My cousin is an exec at SoftBank. I never hear the end of it.
It's always Sean this, Sean that. Brian, why can't you be more like Sean? Maybe Sean could get you back into medical school.
Can Sean get you back into medical school? Because, I don't know, I've been thinking about going back to school and seeing if it's the right thing for me.
I'm not asking Sean for anything. This bag is the only thing I have on him right now before he completely replaces me. How much is that thing?
Well, you can't put a price on this because it's really a work of art.
Can you even afford all of this? On a pharmacist's salary?
Okay, I bought it on sale. I'm allowed to treat myself. Pharmacology is a very important field.
Those do not go on sale. Your sugar daddy has impeccable taste.
Who invited this scrub? Huh? For your information, I don't have a sugar daddy. I'm a medical professional.
Enough!
Jesus. Angela, you went full goblin mode today.
I don't think I've been this depressed since my 3rd semester at Harvard.
Wait, you're high-key very familiar. Where are you from?
The fuck did you just ask me?
Is she always like this?
Angela, are you okay?
Thank you for asking, Lisa. I am not okay.
I'm excited that you're feeling vulnerable and secure enough to share your feelings. But also, you seem like you're prone to random outbursts of anger, and I'm sitting right next to
How could I not be prone to random outbursts of anger? Shit is fucked up, Brian.
Damn, who knew so much anger could come out of such a small person?
Angela, what happened?
Someone asked me where I was from.
Oh no.
She's from Queens. You're from Queens, right?
Oh, explains a lot.
No. I mean, yes, I am from Queens. But not just, where are you from, you know? He didn't just ask, where are you from? It's the follow-up. Like, when they say, where are you from? And you say, here. And they say, where are you really from? As if you're lying to them and withholding some kind of information. So they ask you again and again to try to get the real answer out of you because no one could possibly really be from here. No, that would be impossible. What a joke.
I'm scared.
So I told him, I told him my entire life story. The story that everyone wants to hear. My true where are you from story. Because I thought I should finally come clean. Once and for all.
Forget the KBBQ. Angela's so angry we could just probably cook the galbi on her face.
So what did you say?
The truth. The crazy truth that I've been keeping from everyone this whole time.
Which is?
That I'm from Planet 9.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so how'd you end up here then?
It's quite a long story. I don't know if you have time for it.
I always knew she was weird.
There are actually lots of us. All over the globe. We've been baffling creepy men and racists for decades.
Okay, so how did you end up here?
On Earth? Well, it started with a look.
From the outer reaches of Planet 9 comes the story of one woman trying to explain herself to white people.
Made sense, considering my mother was the most radiant being across all 9 sectors of the planet. Her smooth locks, the color of northern lights, her eyes like supernovas. It was inevitable that any male on the 9 with mating privileges would try to wrangle her into a ride on their starcraft.
I mean, I was very stunning. Still am. I had suitors from every sector of the 9, willing to risk their lives for a moment of my company. Which is saying a lot, considering on the 9, intersector breeding is punishable by death.
But one night, it so happened that my father was in the one place on the entire planet that all of the 9 sectors merged. Planet 9's Intergalactic Council. Theirs was a doomed love. The kind of love that could set the whole consulate ablaze. Hailing from warring realms of P9, my parents had convened as diplomats of their respective districts.
I grew up in the Rubble Alliance, the dirt poor, working class group from the deep tropical eastern citadels of the 9. A place where your father was afraid to go.
Afraid? I wasn't afraid.
When he picked me up, he refused to get out of the hovercraft.
I didn't want to waste the gas. Plutonium doesn't come cheap in the crust,
The Rubble Alliance?
George Lucas borrowed a lot of material from us. Anyhow, Daddy,
Father. Call me Father.
Father, as he preferred I address him, was a true upper cruster.
Day and night I worked in the mines of the northernmost part of the 9, pulling precious metals from the planet's highly radioactive core. It wasn't easy work, but I gripped my gills my whole life and pulled myself up by the straps of my jetpack.
He went from a lowly miner to a CEO after an elder had seen some potential in him.
Look at this, huh? If you work hard and play your cards right, you can go from busting rubble to signing contracts.
Hardly any Niners would have known it about my dad, but Mom always told me that when she met him that day,
I could tell by your hands you're one of us.
Mom had commanded the floor with more precision than a lunar lander, and she had one shot that day.
I took 3 different shuttles to get to the High Court that day, to take a stand for our ousted, wayward Niners.
They were a group of misfits, a clan of children whose parents had bred across districts and had been vaporized or banished, and were consequently no longer welcomed on either side. She implored the tribunal.
We need to set aside a place for these kids. They deserve a community of their own. If the rest of my council members can't find it in their hearts to accept half-bred individuals as full Niners.
And did she win?
Sadly, no. But when she left that day, my dad approached her.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I saw what you did in there, and it was pretty stellar.
Thanks.
Dad was so smitten by her commitment to such a noble cause that he became set on winning her hand. But currying favor seemed impossible. Not only did my mom have a string of suitors from her own district wanting to sweep her off her hovershoes, but there was one fatal flaw.
That this is a totally made-up premise?
That she was already engaged to someone else?
Worse, Dating across district lines was totally illegal. All perpetrators vaporized for even laying tentacles on a breed of niner different from their own. But something about their connection was magnetic, and it threw my dad for a loop.
It's a lot of hoops just to get laid.
My dad cowered in the oxygen refill station of the consulate. He knew in his heart she was the one.
God damn these magnets inside me.
But the consulate wasn't going to meet for another 12 galactic years, so Dad took a big huff of oxygen and decided to shoot his shot. He had to, when he noticed her standing right outside the refill room.
Hey, great speech in there. I just wanted to let you know.
I'm on your side. It's simply right to love and like, regardless of your nation. We needn't hide. We shouldn't fight. Let's just remove these walls of procreation. I know I come off a little upper crust, but know in time, I promise I'll win your trust. And someday soon, we'll all become a little kinder. 'Cause in the end, we're all just planet Niners.
All Niners should be able to procreate with whoever they want.
Thanks. I appreciate the support.
I was wondering if maybe, in solidarity to your cause, you'd let me take you out for dinner.
Sure. I'd like that.
The Rebel Alliance gave notoriously low per diems, so my dad decided to take her to the best restaurant he knew in the capital. On the 9, everything is separated by class. So when Mom and Dad sat down at the same table, it caused a huge stir. The servers even gave them different menus. But my father offered to share with my mom, which she felt was...
Very brave of you.
Dad got all sentimental and told Mom...
You know, because of my looks, people have always given me a chance in life that I felt I didn't deserve. They saw me as an equal. So I hope you'll order whatever you want tonight.
Whatever I want?
So, of course, my mom ordered a Venusian steak and finished the whole damn thing. Then and there, my dad decided...
There is no other Niner for me.
Wow, and how old are you?
In Niner years, I'm 2046, so 29, you divide by 15.
That's not a...
Not all Asians are good at math, Kevin. Representation?
Wow, I mean, your parents were really progressive for their time to be dating outside of their own race. Good for them.
Not everyone thought so.
Surprise, Mom, Dad, this is...
Son, how could you bring back a member of the Rebel Alliance? How could you do this to your mother?
Why is your mom's name bleeped out?
Oh, she's never given her real name for anything. If her identity was revealed, she might be captured as a prisoner of the state for giving away government secrets.
My mom is the same way. She always uses an alias when we stay in hotels.
She's afraid of getting caught here on Earth?
Yeah, Niners have access across all intergalactic web systems. They currently have Banksy, Edward Snowden, and Jeffrey Epstein, and Jimmy Hoffa, but he's been in the cryo for a while.
I knew it wasn't suicide.
Okay, clearly this was an effed up situation, but surely your grandparents came around, right?
Well, when my parents' folks found out they were an item, it sucked all of the oxygen out of the room. Quite literally. My grandmother started hyperventilating, and the oxygen levels there are pretty thin on the 9. My mom's mom actually volunteered to do the vaporizing herself. Everywhere the two of them went, they bore the brunt of ignorance. The other Niners felt entitled to shout their opinions at them wherever they walked, on the streets of the crust, in the caverns of the Rebel Alliance, where they went on romantic moonwalks.
Hey, look, an upper cruster with a rubble chick. Someone get a bucket, I'm gonna be sick.
What would your grandmother say about this shit?
Don't you have any good sense to be ashamed?
Don't you feel ashamed? Get it through your brain. It's dirty like a stain. Don't you feel ashamed? It's so very strange. You should have abstained, just outright profane. You should feel ashamed.
Stop, compute. Keep your slimy tentacles away from my family.
Keep your dirty rubble claws as far as they can be.
It's disgusting that they're lovers.
God forbid they make another. Don't you think you need a little bit of shame? It's so fucking weird, so fucking weird. God should interfere, get them out of here. It's so very strange. You should have abstained, just outright profane. You should feel ashamed.
It was like my mom had become known as the Yoko Ono of the Nine.
They have the Beatles on Planet 9?
Oh, yeah. It was right around the time the whole Paul is dead conspiracy theory was happening, hence the disappearance and the break from touring on Earth. The Niners really loved them and couldn't stand to see them split, so they beamed them up for a tour. I think they got a little fucked up in the head, though, from all the teleportation. That's why their music was all backwards and weird after that. You should really watch the Get Back special on Disney+.
Huh. I'm queuing it.
Number 9? Ugh, it all makes sense now.
One day, when my parents were taking a moonwalk out on the crust, a Niner launched an ambush attack on my mom.
There's the Big Dipper.
You're my Big Dipper.
Oh, hey, what's that? It's coming straight towards us.
Is it a meteor?
Watch out!
We heard you're hot for rubble.
Are you okay? I'm calling for help.
On the way to the hospital, holding my mother's hand, my father decided then and there that he would prove to the seditionists.
Love is love, no matter where you're from or what you look like.
And then, I was conceived.
Your dad raw dogged it in an ambulance? Legend.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about where it happened, just when. You know, my birthday is exactly 9 months after National Talk Like a Pirate Day, which I always thought was weird, but her obsession with Outlander makes sense now, I guess.
I be the proud father of a baby girl.
I was born a highly contentious Planet 9 half-breed. Surprisingly, my parents managed to stick together, but as a half-breed, I was forced into hiding. Literally. My mom and dad hid their pregnancy and my birth from the public and enrolled me in school under the alias of a fully fledged upper cruster. Tried as I might to blend in and master code switching, I found little acceptance. Despite my cruster name and half-cruster features, everyone recognized instinctually that I was different than them. I felt like I was adrift on a meteor all alone, orbiting far above the rest of the Niners who had their place and their people. I'm different. Nobody likes me. People are distant. They don't say it nicely. Am I really such an alien? I don't understand. The way they talk about me, you think I was a human. They got me twisted in a pretzel trying to fit in, but I'm different. That ain't gonna change. I'm thinking of ditching and go my own way. 'Cause I'm not apologizing for my mother's eyes or my dad's appreciation for a burgundy wine. I think I might as well embrace him while I'm still looking fine. I'm different. I'm different.
Okay, that must have really fucked you up, girl.
Yeah, it really got to me as I got older, too. As I grew older and my parents' relationship became more public, it became impossible to hide the fact that I was what I was, a half-breed. On my 18th birthday, under 90 law, I was no longer protected, and I was banished to live the rest of my adult life with the other 60 halfies on Planet 9. And in the 12 galactic years that we were held there, we figured out something game-changing. Halfies were hybrids. We all had really unique capabilities that were the best crossbred traits of our parents in one. Some of us were super strong, but also really nimble. Some of us were prodigy-level smart with super fast processing skills. Plus, Being the odd ones out our whole lives, we had picked up on every small cultural nuance of the Niner culture we hailed from. Our community of misfits had become the loudest, proudest, most prominent anthropologists of Niner culture to date.
So what's your super skill?
I'm really attractive, but to only super weird people, and I have the ability to make any lighthearted conversation cynical and unpleasant. Just overall really, really dark shit.
I would agree with that.
All of our hybrid capabilities combined made us a great team. And my parents took notice. Soon enough, it was time for the consulate to convene again. And my mom took the stage.
This group of misfit Niners is the perfect tribe for our most difficult mission yet. In their pursuit of acceptance, they have become the brightest, most daring, most effectual minds on the entire Nine. And yet, we treat them like they're not one of us. Their skills are beyond the strengths of any of us ordinary Niners. They're not just any Niners. They're the 69ers. And they're going to be our heroes. They will be Planet Nine's most elite task force ever. Hear me now, my fellow Planet Niners. Finally the time has come to say to you, outer space is still so far away. What lies beyond our sun? Now we have these special 69ers. Nobody is finer for the challenges. Some are stronger, some are longer, some are wider fins. They've suffered long enough in exile because their parents weren't the same. But I don't care if you're a mammal or a reptile. In space it matters not from where you came. Go, depart for stellar explorations, distant destinations past the galaxy. And when they ask you where you from, tell them Planet Nine. For so long, the Niners have existed on the fringes of the galaxy. Too scared or too feeble to venture out to connect with other intelligent life forms on neighboring planets. But I'm proposing today that we have now among us the 69ers that are ready, willing, and able to go out into the galaxy and study the intelligent life we know is out there.
On the day of assignment, there was only one planet of intelligent life that the rest of the 69ers hadn't chosen to visit, and that was Earth.
Last call for Earth. Do we have anyone willing to visit Earth? I hear the culture is fascinating.
Not a single Niner was volunteering. So I did. At the time, I really hadn't the faintest clue why no one picked Earth, but now that I'm here, I know.
So you told the guy this whole story?
Yes.
Did it get him to leave you alone?
He kind of nodded, and then he said, Planet 9. So is that in Singapore or Indonesia?
Seems kind of unnecessary to spun that whole rug, huh?
I mean, what else was I supposed to say? That's a good question. I don't actually really know. I've never been white enough to be white, and I don't know anything about what happened to my mom or her Chinese family or culture because she's too entrenched in trauma to talk about it. So I know nothing about my life or where I'm from, and I feel so severed from my culture that I live in a mental no man's land.
Whoa! Oh, I think the psalm is lodged in her throat. Lisa, do something.
Oh my god, I'm just a pharmacist. I don't know.
Wait. They've got the instructions on the wall here. Okay, so it's a... It's a fucking cartoon. I can't tell what's going on. Why would you use a cartoon for a choking poster?
I watch a lot of anime. I got this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Jesus Christ. Are you okay, Angela? You almost fucking died.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I almost died.
What the fuck am I doing? Oh, I'm freaking out about my mom's gift, but like, who fucking cares about a stupid bag when your life could end at any moment?
Here. Yeah. Give this to your mom.
What? No. Lisa, I can't.
No. Yeah, I want you to have it. You're right, B. Life is too short. It's just a bag. A really expensive bag that I can totally afford to buy again. Yeah. It'll mean a lot more to your mom.
Thanks.
Hey. How about the hero of the night, huh? Does he get a Louis bag? Right, guys? Louis bag. Louis bag.
Hey.
Louis bag.
Thank you. You're too kind. I just watch a lot of One Punch Man. Okay? No need for the applause.
But if you want to support a local hero, you can come to his comedy set at the Fat Black Pussycat next Thursday night, 8 p.m., 2-drink minimum.
Okay, what the fuck? That's the same day as Kanaga's couple reveal. Henny! Now, after a whole life of non-committal fuckery, you decide to double down on something?
Listen, after everybody begging me to commit to something for my whole adult life, I think you'd be happy for me, Lisa.
I vote comedy.
This is exhausting.
Look, maybe the couple reveal thing wasn't meant to be, and please stop saying Hanukkah.
Am I the only person who cares about this friend group? Huh? What about Monica? Yeah, she's gonna be so upset.
Monica might leave me by then, okay?
Oh.
There. Oh. Does that feel better now?
Yikes.
Ugh.
Crazy.
Sorry.
So, we'll see you at Cellar next week.